talk to Mr. Arnold. It's still in the catalog, we're supposed to take it. And we haven't got a new catalog yet. He said, we could work it two or three ways. If you didn't take it, you'd have to wait on it. And if you did take it, and we did away with it, we could kind of have some way.
What do you recommend?
Well, it makes cost kind of a lot easier. It's like, I think it's easier than principles too. And we'll make that cost come into price. And it's quite much easier. We'll do that.
So like switch out tax.
No, you're gonna have taxes only for once a year. You want to get rid of that. Because the next year we'll be having more translation. Sure. We've had students to take 5. Will you be attending next year? Yeah, you can wait. Won't just leave it the way it is and wait. You've got plenty of time. I'm ready to do your tax on that. Taxes, it's really not an accounting class, it's like business law, but it's tax law. It's a good class for anybody to get for your own life, work.
So like if I don't take it, like if we get away with the managerial, it won't matter, right? Like if they get together.
Right, you didn't catalog, you could learn another catalog. But if you had to back up and make manager, it would be easy if you take the calls. Or we got to get you ready. And who else I have to advise it? Alexander over here.
You want me to take what you say percent?
Yeah. I think I give out. I may have one up here, I don't know. Yeah. I've got one left for you.
Yeah. I'll bring it Tuesday.
So remember, if you pre-register now, that's 5 points bonus on your exam. I don't care what you register for, what you're making, you just pre-register. Millie, are you okay today?
Yeah.
You look peaky, and I'm sure you don't know what I mean when I say you look peaky.
No, I
More gonna have to tell you, what do I mean, more when I tell her she looks peaky, that's a slang.
Like she doesn't feel well.
Never heard? Morgan?
Maybe peachy. Yeah, peachy.
Sound like you don't feel well. Let me, grab a text for it.
I did yesterday.
What was he telling you?
Oh, really? No, it's still in the catalog. Well, yeah.
All right, here is the, schedule for today. I've got to be at a meeting at 10:15. And it's with the people who make QuickBooks Pro and TurboTax and a couple other programs. We're going to try to start some kind of center down Bluefield. We may be doing some training for them or what have you. So I had told you the other day, and I hope everybody got the message, that you will have a cash flow statement today to turn in. All right. It is 20 points of your next test, so it is a must. Yes, Margo.
Are you giving us bonus points for pre-registering like you always do?
Yeah, I'll give you 5 points for pre-registering. I'll give that to you on the exam. Give everybody plenty of time. But anyway, William, am I your advisor? Well, you're an accounting major. Who's your advisor?
It's junk speed right now. I need to get it changed.
So I had so many one time, they just gave them out to other people, and Mr. Imo picked up a few. But yeah, Will, if you want me to look at your schedule, I'll be glad to. Okay. Anyway, the rest of the schedule for today, at 9:10, I'll put you in 2 different rooms, at a table per person. And my work study, Sarah, will be looking in on both rooms. Okay? We're going to be doing a cash flow statement. Now, those folks who are not here today, I would have to give them a cash flow statement on our 3rd test. And you all wouldn't have to do it because you've already done it today. Okay? We're going to review a couple of cash flow statements in the time we have. But now, please pre-register for whatever you're registering in. And some of you all, you're good students. I know William is a county major, and Morgan and Kelly and Alexander, Fanny, I think that's 4 or 5. Dylan, wherever he is, or hardcore, I guess, county major. A bunch of you should think about minoring in it because there's a bunch of good students in here, unless you've been fooling me by cheating some way. But if you cheated to make those good grades, don't major in accounting. But if you made those good grades honest, think about counting as a minor, okay? Lots of jobs in accounting. We have jobs this year we can't fill. West Virginia auditors, and we've got places offering us internships and so forth in accounting. But anyhow, don't take the easy route if that's what you want to do. You just want a piece of paper. I had a student one time, a friend. We went to school together, UVA-wise. We went to school together at ETSU. He spent most of his free time trying to cheat. Somehow or another, he would get a hold of a test. He would take a night class and find out from the day students what was on the test. Well, that was probably legal. But he would buy practice sets from fraternities or old tests. So he got a degree, and he started teaching in Norton City School. He got fired the first semester. All right, because he had a piece of paper with very little knowledge. Okay, and the last I heard was he was selling tombstones. As all of us know, that's a dead business. Okay, but anyhow, we don't want you to go out here with a piece of paper to make us look bad that you can't do what you're trained to do. So anyhow, let's get on to business with looking at your homework. I hope I have my little gizmo working today. I still have about 25 in here on my roster. That means 40% would be absent. All right, the first problem we're going to look at, please dig that out, is problem 1, as it was assigned. Now, since we have 3 chapters on the next test, today is a good way of getting one of the hard problems out of the way. Okay, in problem 1A, William, did you get the operating part of it?
I did not.
16-1A, what did you come up with for operating? Your operating cash flow.
I don't have it.
All right, Alexandra, What'd you come up with the operating for cash flow?
I had 490,000.
All right, now, as we look at that problem, on page 808, I guess, you look at your balance sheet. You know your answer if you know subtract cash beginning from ending. Your accounts receivable, you should know if that's a plus or a minus. So Alexander, was accounts receivable a plus or a minus on your operating?
It was an increase, so it'd be a minus.
All right. We are tying up 50,000 of our money in accounts receivable. So that's a minus. That's money we did not get. And how about inventories? Do you have that one saved?
Yes, an increase in inventory is a minus.
Inventory went up 20,000. That's a minus. And then we go on down to accounts payable. Chris, did you have anything on that? It went up 40,000. Is that a plus or a minus?
Plus.
It is a plus because we're borrowing money. When we owe people money, we're borrowing money. And then there's accrued expenses payable, went down 5,000. What do you think about that one, Margot? It's a minus because we paid off some of our debt. Now that's the operating, and we would throw in on that any depreciation is a plus. All right. And I didn't ask about the gain, but a gain now is a minus. Remember that. A loss would be a plus. A gain is a minus. Now, Alexander and Saith and some of the people and Chris answered these. Increase in accounts receivable, minus. Inventories increase, minus. Increase in accounts payable, plus. Morgan mentioned that one. A decrease in accrued expenses, a minus. But we paid some. Now, is that the answer you gave me, Alexander? 49. All right, that's what you have on the test today. And this review ought to be good 20% of your test. It's not your whole test, okay? All right, we're missing Franco. Is he going to make it, guys? Don't know. He's missed a lot lately. I guess his golf tournament, he came in number 22 out of 70 some. So he came in the top third, I guess, of his golfing tournament. All right, Kelly, do you have financing? All right, what is your answer on financing? How much? 40. Now, what goes along with financing? We've got to look at land up there. And it looks like we might have bought $500,000 worth. But now we got to read our information here. The investments were sold for 175. Kelly, what'd you do with the investments of 175? Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute now. The investments. Now, first off, Kelly, these investments are assets. They go under invested, not financed. Is that where you put them?
Yeah, you asked me if I had finance.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. I've got so many things to do today. I'm crisscrossing them in my mind. Anyhow, so what did you do with the investments, plus or minus? Yeah, you received money. And Morgan, what would you do? It says equipment and land were acquired for cash. What'd you do about the land, 500,000? Whoa, wait a minute now. You bought $500,000 worth of land? Yeah, okay. And Evan, how about the equipment? Anything on that?
Is that a minus?
All right, whatever you bought equipment for, yes. It looks like you had on your books $1.2 million, and now you got $1.4 million. It'd have to be, wouldn't it? Okay, so let's just look at those. All right. Kelly said a plus. Morgan finally said a minus. Evan said A minus. And Kelly, did you get 525? Okay, that would be great. Now we're on investing. Okay? We're on in financing, right? Well, now we're on investing. Let's go to financing. Okay. All right, Eva, do you have the remainder of this problem? What is your final answer under financing? Millie, do you have your final answer under financing? Anybody on that side? All right, let's go over to Alexander Fanning. What's your final answer under financing? Anybody?
40,000.
All right. They've got cash from sale of stock, 125. Cash used for dividends, 85. 40,000 is what everybody told me. And so if you add, subtract, add, you've got a decrease in cash of what, 5,000, or is that an increase? And your beginning cash was 150, your ending cash is 155. That's the first three numbers, two numbers on your balance sheet for cash. So it sounds like those that did their homework are going to pass this little 20% of your test today real well. Right? Didn't do your homework, you may struggle, or you may get it, I hope. All right. That brings us over to problem, what was it, 2 or 3? 1 through 4, okay. Now, 2 and 3 are the indirect method. Again, you have to take the difference in your assets. So let's start off with operating. Whether you did your homework or not, you're going to help me with these operating part. We start off with net income, and they told us that was how much. If your first 8 on page 409 is 190,000, that's your net income. Now the next thing we add to that is depreciation of 115. Now we go to our current assets. All right. Millie, I want you to do accounts receivable. Tell me if that's a plus or minus. On page 808, problem 2, please take the difference in accounts receivable. Eva, please do merchandise inventory. Carlos, do prepaid expenses. And Arthur, do accounts payable. And tell me what you would do. Come in, Robert. Tell me what you would do with those pluses or minuses. Okay, on the accounts receivable, it went down 25,000 from 7 to 8. So who had that one? Eva? The what? Can you not find it? Okay, Millie, if you're looking at the problem, hey, look up there and I had to do accounts receivable. Would I add that or subtract that? Here. what were they, 25 names? So what's the video? All right, so we can move on. There was a spreadsheet you did not have to do. Now moving on to 2A, and I wish you folks would please listen. Questions I ask you, I'm just going to show you the answer. We had to appreciate the net income. Accounts receivable decreased, so people paid us. That's a plus, Eva. And merely on yours, an increase in inventory, we're tying up money or we're spending money, that's a minus. And I guess, Carlos, the increase in prepaid expenses is also a minus. We spent money. An increase in accounts payable, we are borrowing money, Arthur, and that's a plus. Okay? Millie did ask a question, and now I'll answer it. She said, if you're going to give it to those people who are not here today, why can't we just wait till we're not here? Okay, but Millie, now that Robert's come in, almost everybody's here. Except Jacob and Robert. But everybody's not here, Millie. So I will listen. Now, Millie, your odds are going down. But I'll have mercy on Millie and everybody else. Everybody's wanting to do this cash flow statement this morning. All right? But now if you do real bad on it, Millie, I'll let you do the one where we take the test. I'll have a different one. You do bad on this one, I won't count it, I'll count one. Don't take that for anybody, not just Millie. I love you too, Marco. Okay. All right. So let's finish this problem. We're running out of time already. Uh-oh. 100%. I start there if Jacob comes in. Now, y'all can call Jacob now Mr. Blue Wolf.
We're technically still missing Kenrick and Carson.
What?
We're still missing Kenrick and Carson.
Yeah, we're still missing half the baseball
Oh, yeah,
team.
listen, just-
That's in class, aren't we? All right, let me repeat again for all these latecomers. You're going to have 30 minutes today on 20% of your next test. I announced that Tuesday. Everybody's going to take it, but if you do bad on it, when we have the other test, I'll put a different problem on there. And I'll count the best problem of the two, something like that. And pre-registration, I have mentioned, please pre-register. I'll give you a 5-point bonus on your exam. Okay, Kelly, you have an answer here for investing.
Yeah. Negative 395,000.
Right, the only thing you did was buy equipment. All right, and that's a minus. And on financing, you sold stock. You paid out dividends. You have to figure that out sometime. Now, where did 50,000 come from? Did they make it plain or on the dividends? Cash dividends declared and paid 50,000. So that's simple. 50,000 went out for dividends. And then you retired a mortgage note payable, which was used under financing. You take out a mortgage, you're financing, okay? All right, so we have 150,000 positive. The increase or decrease in cash is 20. And beginning cash, a minus 20. Beginning cash is 100, ending cash is 80. All right. Yes, Evan?
Where did you cash at the second to last number?
All right, 20,000.
100,000.
All right. Kevin, look at your balance sheet on page 808. Look at the first, what's the first item on your balance sheet? Current asset,
All right.
cash beginning, cash ending. All right. That's why I said you always had to check figure, okay? Now, those people who did their homework for problem 1 and 2, which those were due Tuesday, not today, but Tuesday. And I had it on maybe 3, 4, or something like that. So everybody, you've had a week to do problem 1 and 2. And I shouldn't let Millie get to me and have mercy on you all, okay?
Good job.
All right. Now let's look at problem 3. It's also the indirect method. Now, problem 4, I want you to do that one for today, but we won't get to it. So we'll look at it Tuesday and end this chapter. And we'll look at the next chapter on ratios Tuesday.
So are we doing like the direct method or?
Indirect. All right. You,
I thought we were today. You told us on Tuesday that we were gonna do direct method.
really?
Yeah.
Oh. What about that, Kelly? Well, I either misspoke or I lied.
I think we had to.
And since it's the indirect method, I have told you from the beginning, that's the one you'll have on tape.
I thought you had said that you never do the direct method.
Not on a tape. Not on tape. All right, so problem 4 is coming up. Now looking at problem 3, we just have a few minutes here. For those of you who did it, once again, spreadsheets are not necessary for a cash flow statement. They are not necessary. Now, for problem 3, you have a net loss of 35,320. Did they flat out give that to you, or did you have to find it somewhere? Did they tell you, all right, if nothing else works, if they don't give you net income, you can take the difference in retained earnings, but you got to be careful about paying out dividends.
811.
All right, on page 811, you had what? Retained earnings? It shows you put a net loss in the retained earnings, right? 35,320. Then you paid out dividends of 32. So taking the difference in retained earnings would not have worked for you. All right, so that's where the loss came from. Now, depreciation, did you have to figure it out? It looks like you may have. How did you figure out depreciation? Did they have the account depreciation?
Yeah, you take the one from.
All right, accumulated depreciation building, 26,280. Accumulated depreciation equipment, 29. If you add those two together on your accumulated depreciation account, you will get depreciation. Now, loss from sale of land, how did we find it? All right, do we have land on the books? All right, we got land on the books for 479,000. We received 151,000 cash from sale. Now, your book value, if you're writing off your accumulated depreciation, your book value of land was what, 315? 315, the book value of land. Let's see. Lost from sale of land.
315, 900,000.
Yeah, we realized 151,200 cash from the sale. Now, okay, Alexander, how did you get to 12,600?
I figured on that. So
Look at your land account. Land does not depreciate. Everybody look at land. Try to figure out the 12,600 loss.
Yeah, he takes what, bought for it.
It says we got 151,200, right?
Yeah, and you take that from what?
All right, but what was your land account?
160.
Now, where'd you get the, okay, that was your credit. Okay, I see. Okay. When you credit land for that much, you're closing it out. So 163,800 minus 151. Okay. Well, they give it to you in the account. Right here, they mention it down here. All right. Then the increase in accounts receivable is a minus, increase in inventory is a minus, decrease in prepaid expenses, a plus, decrease in accounts payable, a minus. So investing, cash from the sale of land, that's in your land key account, cash used for the building, and cash used to purchase equipment. You gotta look at those accounts. All right, then we go on down, we sold bonds, we sold stock, we paid dividends, and your final answer is 46.8. This is just beginning and ending cash. Okay, your assignment for Tuesday is, of course, read well the next chapter and do the first 6 exercises on the next chapter. I will take up problem 4A on this chapter. The only time we're doing the direct method will not be on a test or an exam, but I will take problem 4A up on Tuesday. So now we know our assignments.
So you want to do chapter 17?
Yes. Yeah. All right. Now I've got to go. So you would move up here. Cell phones, put away. Books, put away. You need one sheet of paper. Do this cash flow statement on. You need one sheet of plain paper. Move up here.
I don't know.
What do you know?
I know, yeah, I was exactly like it.
Well,
Have you seen him on the camera?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm waiting for.
yeah, y'all look, maybe it's something.
I did it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he forgot that.
We're gonna start.
Well, you know it, that's all right. Kelly.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It would not hurt to have a calculator. Yeah. If you didn't get a test, you're going over to the next room, 209. That worked out good, didn't it? Okay, Emma, you know where the secretary is, don't you? You know where the secretary is, right?
Yeah.
Who doesn't have a calculator? Will you borrow all she has?
How many?
We need 5 if she has that. But just borrow what she has and you come back and give them out.
Alright.
She should have 5 if people turn them back in.